I have a saying that I use: all roads lead to eight corners, and I think a big part of that is because of Beach Avenue Barbecue with the magic that happens. Thank you, sir.
Matt, can I get a turkey for? Need a bird?
One moment.
The thing that I want everybody to think when they think about Beach Avenue Barbecue is I want them to think that they can come here, you get great food, but also become a part of our family. So you have the opportunity when you come here as a customer, but you leave as a friend, and ultimately you leave as family. My life was looking pretty dark. Back then was when I found out that I have full-on stage 4 cancer, and that at that time they had told me I had like 4 months left to live.
My name is Simon Staklosa, and people here at Beach Avenue, I want them to think about like community, almost like a family and that connection. One thing I really love about food and barbecue in particular is that it doesn't matter, who you are or what you look like or anything like that. Everybody's got a seat at the table.
When I was 18 and older is when I really learned all of my life lessons. One of the biggest lessons that I've learned is, as you'll see, there's a quote on the wall here by Pastor Victor, and he was my mentor and my pastor. One of the things that I learned was that he taught me that, it's not about the accolades, right? And if you work hard and you do what you're supposed to do, and you do the things that you're passionate about in life, the rewards will come. It goes back to ethics and integrity, and as long as you have integrity, I think that you'll do good in life. So I would say not really as in my childhood. I'm an ex-gangbanger from the south side of Chicago. I gangbanged from ages 13 to about 20. I've been in jail. I've done juvenile time I did almost 3 years in juvenile jail. I'm the oldest of 4. I grew up there poor. There was days where I wouldn't eat so that my brothers could eat. I started barbecuing 10 years ago, and I met him probably like 3 years prior to that. Pastor Vic had a way of, every time that he introduced you to somebody, he always made you feel, or when you were having a conversation with him, he made you feel like you were the most important thing in the room. So one day we were sitting around a bonfire and he was asking us, we would do these check-ins as men, and we did this check-in, and he was going around and said, "Are you happy with where you're at in life?" And I said, "No, I like what I do for a living. I feel that it's my calling." So he taught me how to pray. He said, "Have you ever asked God for a gift?" And I said, "No, I can't remember exactly what I said, because I didn't use nice language. But, and I said, "No, I've never heard of that." I started praying for about 6 months straight. I did the same prayer, and the next time I saw him, I was like, "Pastor Vic, this ain't what he..." And then he asked me, "Have you ever asked God for a gift that'll benefit his kingdom?" And so then I started praying again, not asking for myself, but in a way that I could help other people. And then I started waking up in the middle of the night with recipe ideas, and that's how I started barbecue. I didn't know what anything. I knew what salt, pepper, and Goya were, and that was it. Cause that's in my culture. That's all. Well, at least in my mom's house, that's what the spices that we were used to. So, I lost my job as a social worker, and I think that's a door that got closed on purpose. And then my back was up against the wall, and I started selling barbecue out of the backyard of my house. I created this thing called Friday Night Grub. It was like a page on Facebook. Started getting a little bit of a following, and then shortly after that, I met Chris, who was my business partner, and we're neighbors across the street from each other. So we started talking over barbecue, And I told him, me and you're gonna open up a restaurant in a couple of years. 2 years to the date, we signed the lease and decided to open up a restaurant together. I grew up where my parents would get food from the pantry, and if it wasn't sometimes for the pantry, we would have nothing to eat. And so, and because I know that we do quality food, we don't want it to go to waste.
So we try, you know, in that sort of scope of making sure nobody goes hungry, you know, whether we have, you know, things left over at the end of service, we'll either donate them to the pantry or to, you know, one of the many homeless shelters around the Chicagoland area. We always try to, you know, pay it forward doing that.
So for the longest time, I thought that I felt like I wasn't connected to my culture. My mom passed away 3 years ago. When my mom died, I felt like that whole side just died. And I didn't know how to tap into it. And I didn't think that my mom played a big role in my life till she was gone. When my mom was gone, one of the things that I do here, all the Mexican dishes that you hear about at beach area, or 99% of them, they're dishes that my mom used to make for me. And so one of the things that I try to teach people about our culture and what our food is. A lot of people will take something and change it, right? I try to pay homage to its roots and where it came from and how it's meant to be prepared, but just adding the element of smoke to it.
I think it's just the way that he, you know, treats people that have taken care of him. Whether it's when he's sick and somebody drops him off some soup, or, you know, repeat regular customers. Just the way that he treats people. He's very respectful, and it's unfortunately, I think it's something that's kind of being lost nowadays. And so it's really awesome to sort of learn that.
And as you can tell, like maybe people get a like image of it or not, but these stockings that are all lined up, right? Not all of these have been employees. Some of them have. A lot of them have been our customers that are now like family. That's what we are. And we're family. We're a safe space. Judgment-free zone. We always speak on that, and we're just a place that wants to give you a little taste of who we are.
I think it's just always to extend kindness. You know, start with that, and you can never know fully what somebody is going through or what they just experienced in their day. So, you know, whether it's somebody just having a bad day or they just lost a family member, you could never know. So just always start with kindness and always extend that foot forward. And that's a great way to put your best foot forward.
The one thing I would say to myself is a couple of things. Number one, you are worthy. Number two, you are worth it. Number three, you can conquer all of them as possible. And four, believe. And number five, dare to dream.